Recently, the PSNI have received harsh criticism in the press regarding their handling of a number of incidents in the county. In an open and frank interview with Fermanagh TV, the new Chief Inspector for the area, Dodds, has come out fighting in what has been a controversial first couple of weeks. Let's first of all talk what's on a lot of people's minds from at the minute about the Newton Butler robbery. I mean, 13 hours for the police to respond. I mean, it's not great, is it?
I made the decision that the delay would take place, and it is my decision and I take responsibility for that. And as the person who made the decision, I don't like the time of the response. So I think the police have been very open to say that's not what we want. As a professional police officer, I and my officers get up every morning to go out and do the best we can for the public, and that one of those key things of that is a quick response time. I would have liked to have been there much more quickly, and I think that has been made clear. The police haven't attempted to hide that, and the reason we had to be very cautious in our response is, again, very open. It's the dissident Republican threat that is on the backs of the people of County Fermanagh, and also our officers in Fermanagh are well aware that there's in the last 12 months been 7 attempts to murder police officers. Simple as that. No one else is at threat. It isn't the fire service or our colleagues in the ambulance service. Thankfully, it's a pure and simple attempt to kill police officers, whether that be shooting them or blowing them off the road.
Well, like you said there, I mean, you have been open about your reasons behind it, but there still is this perception that the PSNI messed up. Would you agree with it?
No, certainly not. I think we've been very open. I made the decision, and I went through a very logical process from the initial call coming in, and I'm happy that I made the right decisions. I would like to have been there more quickly, and as I said earlier, if the threat hadn't been there, I'd have expected my officers to be there in 10 minutes or quicker. But based on what I had at the time, no, it was the right decision.
So police aren't afraid to enter Newton Butler?
No, we're not, and I think you can see that that's been evident recently. I was there with the Chief Superintendent on our own. If we were that scared, you wouldn't have had the 2 most senior officers in the county going. And we were in a just ordinary car. You know, we'd had no great phalanx of police with us. We weren't carrying rifles. We were doing what we wanted to do, walking down the street, chatting to people, going into shops, going to speak to local people. So I'll certainly go anywhere as the commander, and my officers will, but we have to sometimes change the way we do it, change the mode, whether that be a boat or a helicopter or a car, and we have to be very cautious because, you know, going back to what I say, there are people out there whose their sole focus is to get up in the morning and murder police officers in County Fermanagh, and that's their one task, and they're not accountable. They're faceless. They're cowards. They don't have the guts to come out and face us. They'll put bombs under ditches. They'll shoot people in the back. My officers go out, and you know, they don't wear a uniform. My officers proudly go out and wear the PSNI uniform. They walk down the streets and they face the public.